And a very warm welcome to the Ladies Club. It is South Africa's premier women's sports talk show here on SABC, and we like to do it every single Wednesday between 11 and 11:30. Welcome into our lounge. So good to have you with us once again. My name is Vaylen Kirtley.
Lebo Motsoeli moya motlarela amola nano la rona le ratehang mo re keteka mafumahadi a rona a Africa Borwa ha re bua ka dipapadi in the Ladies Club. Now, if you have been following us over the past weeks, you will know that we are on all your social media platforms. O kana bua le rona we kopantshe le rona re bua ka mafumahadi a rona a Africa Borwa. It's at Sport at SABC, at Vaylen Kirtley, at Lebo Motsoeli.
And it's so easy, just use our hashtag the Ladies Club. And what we like to do is we also like to set out a topic, because this is a conversation and we don't only have it for this 30 minutes, but we have it for the whole week leading up to our next show. And because we're in Youth Month and we are celebrating 100 years of Nelson Mandela, he was a man that believed in the power of sport, and specifically in Youth Month, the development when it comes to women in sport. Today we celebrate Nelson Mandela, one of the first global leaders to use sport as a tool to unite people. We saw him do that so beautifully in South Africa. He illustrated sport's power to change lives and move nations. During the 1995 Rugby World Cup, he convinced the nation to pull together as one and root for one team. The Springboks. Man, what a moment. They were crowned champions that year and the nation came together in celebration. We're going to shine the spotlight on young women who are empowering themselves through sport and really illustrating that power of sport.
I love it. I love the fact that you're mentioning Nelson Mandela, the legacy that he's left behind, but more specifically how we tie his legacy to development of women in sport. Are we seeing enough of it, Vaylen?
I think that those women that have taken the opportunities presented to them, their lives have been transformed and they've really felt that power of sport, providing hope where there was once despair. But I think there are too few opportunities for people to have those life-changing moments through sport, especially when it comes to women's sport.
Something we'll definitely be delving into this morning. But let's look at the quote. Sport has the power to overcome all divisions and create the bond of common aspirations. And that was said by Nelson Mandela, of course, being the former president of South Africa, who held office from 94 to 99 before his presidency. Mandela was also an anti-apartheid activist and the leader of the African National Congress armed wing, Umkhondo Wesizwe. And what a legacy he's left behind, what passion he's left behind. He's injected us with so much positivity that we have to take the baton to the next level when it comes to women in sport.
We have to. It's certainly not something that's easy. He himself was a sportsman, a boxer, and he enjoyed running, spent 27 years behind bars, and he's really become an icon for so many people. But speaking about the power of sport, that was something that he wanted to highlight. Today's game changer, Libs.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
You know why? Because she shows us that your life can be changed through the power of sport. She's a 6-time South African triple jump champion. Patience Ntshingila, she is sitting there, and we can't wait to start talking to her. It is Youth Month. She's only 28 years old.
Young.
And she's
28 years young.
And she's got a wonderful story that she's going to be telling us, and also the transformative power that sport has played in her life and in her career. All that coming your way after the break.
I have always said that sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to break down barriers and to unite people around the world in a way that little else does. It speaks to the youth in a language that they understand, can create hope where once there was only despair.
Our former state president Nelson Mandela talking about sport having the power to unite the world. Impa in studio Patience Ntshingila, who is a talented athlete who surprised many back Haribuaka 2012 when she broke the championship record. Of course, that stood there for the longest of time in terms of triple jump. Record eo intse dutse hona jwale, but ka selemo sa 2012 it dutse ho 13.50 meters, and she has since improved the record. Hona jwale e dutse mo 13.90 meters. Mwe emotle ha re mo amohele mona mo phapusing tsa rona tsa the Ladies Club. Patience Ntshingila, welcome to the Ladies Club.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the message of Nelson Mandela, Utata. We're reflecting on Youth Month, and we're also focusing on the legacy he's put behind Haribuaka Dipapadi sport. What are your thoughts on his messages of sport and unity?
I think it reunites us as youth, and it gives us a platform to continue reaching our goals and going as further as we can.
One of the big things that Madiba speaks about is this power that sport has, and this like transformative magic power that sport has. Have you felt that in your life?
I can say yes, I have.
Tell us a little bit about your journey when it comes to triple jump and getting involved in this event when you were just a youngster at Unity Primary.
As a youngster, when I started, I was actually sprinting, and then one of the coaches was like, no, try jumping. So I started with long jump, and up until I finished matric, that's when I started triple jump. And when I started, it was like a strange day. It was in Zone 6 games, and I was just like nominated to just go try this. We'll see what's gonna happen. I'm like, but I don't know the rules. I don't know what's happening. And I went there and I tried, and I got a silver medal in that place. Yes.
And the passion for sport, was it always there in your family? You said you were a sprinter. Was it something you always wanted to do, represent Team South Africa one day?
Yes, it's been, because I looked up to people like Michael Johnson, the 400-meter former record holder. So I always watch sports with my dad, whether it's boxing, whether it's rugby, everything. And we would like put on clothes, SA colours, if it's SA playing, if it's Chiefs, we're there. And he always supported me throughout since I was a kid. And he's like, keep on running, don't stop. And he trained me some other time, which was something else, yes.
With so much focus in Youth Month, and certainly during 2018 on Madiba, one is reminded of the fact that Madiba had a passion for developing young people in sport. Considering your background, considering where you've come from and the journey that you've taken, do you think enough's being done to give our youngsters an opportunity to be involved in whatever event they want and whatever sport they want to?
To be honest, on my view, I don't think enough is done, because what I can say, they take time to look at you when you, like, let's say in SA level or in a higher ranking level, and like they don't go back to where this started. And sometimes, like in schools, you find that some other schools, they don't like have facilities or know what to do actually. So it will be said like maybe a thin person, if you thin in size, you must do long distance. You go throw a short put because you have some weight on. So it was always like that, whereby kids, they never like had that direction to say, okay, I actually want to do this, or this is actually what I'm passionate of when it comes to sports.
So how did you find that particular direction? Was it your teacher, as you said, your teacher said, actually go try triple jump, but essentially you were running. Did you just say, I'm just gonna run because I think I can run? Where did you find the direction back in the days? Were there opportunities for you to say, this is it, this is what I wanna do?
To be honest, I only knew how to run. And long jump, when you say long jump to somebody like me, I was like, what are you talking about? So until I went to Unity Primary School, which was an English school. So the coaches there, they introduced me to new events that I didn't know, even hurdles, that hurdles were done. I didn't even know there was hurdles. So I did that, and I think that's when everything started for me and the journey, yes, until today. yeah.
No looking back.
Never.
How did this girl from Kagiso on the West Rand come to now be studying law at the University of Johannesburg?
Yeah. I can say, okay, to be honest, on simple note, after matric, I told myself, I'm just going to work, do something, and I actually wanted to be a firefighter.
Wow.
So I didn't have a plan of going to university, and my former coach, which I met in matric year, a week before university start, he came to me, he's like, please go pack your bags, you're going to school.
Wow.
I was like, I'm finished with school, what are you talking about? He's like, no, you're going to school. I'm registering you in a course so that you can further your studies. You can't just depend on sports only, you have to do something.
Wow.
So that's how I started going to university.
But at this point, you were already, because you said you started taking up triple jump in high school. So you were thinking, let me carry on professionally and see what that takes me.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Wow. So the change of heart came from a teacher saying, no, I'm enrolling you in school. 28 now in law. What else did you study before you decided to focus on law?
I was doing sports management. And when I was in Potch, because I studied also in Potchefstroom, I did sports science.
Yeah.
So when I came here at DJ, I actually wanted to do teaching. And there was a problem with
teaching. Listen, there's a lot of things there.
So yeah, then they actually ended up enrolling me in sports management. I did that. I graduated this year. And then my former coach was like, no, you can't leave school yet. We still need you. Besides needing you, you have to find a perfect career. You have to do something that you know when you leave here, you're going to get a job. Wow. You don't have to just sit and depend on sports. So I think this one is good for you. Just go. And then that's how I did it.
Wow.
It's amazing how somebody can make such an impact on your life. As much as your passion for sport was developed at home with Dad, it sounds as if your former coach really played a massive role in your life and the journey that your career has taken. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, it is. It's true.
Who's been some of the other really influential people in your journey and in your career?
Okay, I still say my coach, my current coach is the one that's influencing me in a positive direction. And not just only sports, like in everything that I do. Because I'm also coaching. So I coach young kids. So also that I learn something from him, which I can put into the small kids that I coach.
#1 in South Africa, #1 on the continent. Gotta love her.
And she's preparing to fly the South African flag overseas and represent the country once again so well. She also won a bronze medal at the African Championships back in 2016. She's got a whole bunch of medals to her name, and now she's plowing that knowledge back into the youth. We're going to continue the conversation with our game changer today, Patience Ntshingila, after the break. Remember, so easy on social media, hashtag the Ladies Club.
Welcome back. We learn the Ladies Club. Rena Patience Ntshingila mona mo the Ladies Club ka jene mwe emotlo bua le rona ka career ya hae dilo tsa di ratang and dintho tsa di study ang gona no because she is studying law or into something else before bare are hona jwale o batla go focus on representing South Africa come the World Cup, which is coming up around the corner. What are the preparations like for yourself going ahead of the World Cup?
The preparations are going very well. I'm very positive about it because I've been hungry, very hungry to go and do something like overseas and compete like in that world stage. So yeah, it's going very well, very well.
How much does the other performances of South Africa's athletes like Luvu Manyonga, Wade van Niekerk, Kani Simbine, Naso Jubudwana, how much does that inspire you as a fellow athlete?
It inspires me very, very much because it shows that I can also make it to that platform, and especially as a woman, and in jumping, which is something that people never looked too much into. So yeah, that's what I think.
How come we are not seeing enough women in sport or women in triple jumping? What are your thoughts around that?
I think they look at how many can make it into the pit. Let me just put it like that, because it's a difficult event. It's a very difficult event. And if I say out of 100% in the country, only 30% can do triple jump when it comes to women. So I think also like the development going forward, they never look into that much. And yeah, I think that's why we're not exposed enough. Also.
And it's a highly specialized event too. Like you say, I mean, it's so much relies on your technique.
Yes, that's true.
So when you now are coaching youngsters, is that what you are wanting to do? You're wanting to help young girls to actually get their technique right from the very beginning?
Yes, it's true. Because also us as triple jumpers, we struggled to get like the proper coaches. Because if you look in South Africa, I can only point out 4 coaches for triple jump that like specializes in triple jump specifically. The others, okay, they can do long jump, the sprints, but triple jump, because of the technicalities it has, it's hard to actually like take somebody and coach them and say, this is how you do triple jump. Because I think I'll weigh it as enough as pole vault. Also, we don't have coaches for pole vault because coaches are afraid. They're like, no, I don't want to be involved when somebody gets hurt or something. So similar with triple jump, yeah.
So as coach then, how do you go back to your community, to where you come from, and impart some of your experience and knowledge to the young ones? Hey guys, it is a sport. You can get your colors. You can represent South Africa. How, as a coach, are you doing to influence the next generation to take on triple jump?
By introducing coaching clinics first, and also I also involved like the teachers at school, because they also play a bigger role, because I'm not there every time. So they there and they coach the kids. So we coach the teachers to teach the kids how to do it, and also when they come to like our coaching courses, they learn how to coach the triple jump. So also that's what I do with the youngsters. Like I think it's important to start with the technical stuff when they're young and as they are growing, because once you're old, it's difficult to put it in. Yeah.
Triple jump is also one of those track and field events, though, that you've got a little bit more longevity in terms of years, isn't it? So when do you feel like you're hitting your peak now, and that there's even bigger jumps to come? I know that your PB was set in 2016. Are you looking for over 40 meters this year?
I am. That's the goal. Not just the SA record to break it again. I just want to jump that 14. That's... Yeah, because at the moment I feel good. My body feels good. I feel like I'm peaking. So the preparations have been going so well. And my coach like specifically said the most focus it's on African champs that are happening in August in Nigeria. So I'm holding thumbs for that.
And personally then, what inspires you? What keeps you motivated and going? What is it that you do? Do you read? Do you pray? Do you listen to music? Do you speak to family members? What is it that inspires you to keep going?
My mother. I can say she has a negative effect on this, and I'm pushing the positive side, because my mom is like, you must stop this athletics. You must stop this athletics. And I'm like, I'm going to show you. I'm going to make it. So this is what keeps on pushing me every day to wake. I'm like, I'm going to show this woman. This is working. I'm going to show her that this is taking me to school. So every time I do that. Yeah.
What did she say? You must stop athletics and focus. I know black parents and leave this, get a job, 9 to 5. I still get told that, believe it or not. So I understand. So why does she keep saying that?
It's the job. She wants me to get a job. Because she expected like after matric, I'd be working somewhere and already providing at home. And here she wants to just leave her jobs. Like, I'm tired of working. I want to sit down. You must start looking after me. So it's like that.
How difficult is it you know, to deal with those kinds of things, because like the pressures from within your family, like sometimes it's very difficult to try and explain that to people and the impact that it actually has on you.
It's very difficult because I have to push myself. I have to, like, even though I try to convince them and say, okay, but understand, they look at it as like, no, but it's useless. Why you keep on doing this? Or why we don't see it like money, or we don't see cars parking. Like, it's always that thing. So they always say like, but use your qualifications, go work, because we need to do something here at home. So I don't know, but I pray a lot, and that keeps me going every time. Yeah.
What's your favorite music, Patience? What do you do to relax? And you look like there's something up your sleeve. Tell me, who are you listening to right now?
I listen to different types of music, and when I tell people that I like classic, they look at me strange.
Really?
Honestly.
You listen to classic?
I do.
Wow.
I do. I like
Really?
classic, yes.
So when you're doing your triple jump, you've got like Beethoven going through your ears.
Yeah.
There's always that. Yes, it's true.
Wow.
That's true.
So what do you do in your downtime then?
Listen to classic.
Wow.
I guess.
Very exciting. Very different.
Before you decide to get a job and start helping to provide for the family and bring the big cars, which you undoubtedly will in a couple of years' time, what do you want to achieve when it comes to sport?
Okay. Besides me making my mark and making it in the global platform, mostly I always tell my cousin, she also jumps with me, that I'd like to see a lot of women and I like to see a lot of like youngsters making it in sports, like not limited to what we were limited to, like have it like they're talented, yes, like everything not just come easy, but like their talent must just be displayed out there. Yeah.
Sure. Patience, you've definitely inspired me to look outside of and color outside of the box, and I'm really taking your energy and all the positive plans that you have for your future for all the women that are watching you, and I really loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think we did start off the show by quoting Madiba and speaking about his belief that sport has the power to transform people.
Absolutely.
And I think that you, despite what you may think, you're transforming your family's minds on how they think about sports and the opportunities that sport actually provide. Patience, thank you so much for being our game changer on the Ladies Club today.
Thank you so much.
The Ladies Club mo kanaleng ya bobedi ha re kopane hape bekeng e tlang.
Thank you for spending some time with us. Let's do it again. Remember that greatness is earned, never
Given.
Oh no. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.